Welcome everyone to this Vapors Dragomar. It's time for some more Elder Scrolls Online. I have to record my voice back over this because what happened was my sound somehow cut out, and I'm not going to re-record it because I can't without having to go all the way back around again, and that would stink to go all the way back around again. I also get to view the video quality as well, trying to do it. So what I did was I was trying to think about what food that I wanted to use for this. Kyzarthella is a interesting character, to say the least. We've come full circle, obviously, so we're going to try to get the Amulet of Kings, because the Amulet of Kings is the big obsession of this game. And we want to make Kyzarthella queen, but in order for Kyzarthella to be queen, she needs to get the Amulet of Kings. Now, the power of the amulet is both great and terrible, and we need to go to Sancretor to make this monumental achievement done. Queen Alessia made this holy city, and Saisahan hid the Amulet of Kings in the catacombs, and it's in Kalovia, and we don't remember what's in Kalovia, much of what's in Kalovia, and it was a place of light in the past, and there's going to be a lot of terrible things in there. And yes, I have to commentate over this. Saisan is telling us how tough he is, and we're going to go into Sancretor to go into the vault protected by the Ward of Stendar, the god of justice and mercy. And let's go, because we have to get Kyzarthella promoted to the next level of her ascendancy of being wicked. Now, 2 high elves, 1 mission. We're going into a site hallowed by its association with Saint Alessia. Sancretor is a religious center of the Alessian order by that era, and emperors of Cyrodiil are buried in this city. And yeah, it's going to be a bit of a fiesta, to say the least. But we are going into this funerary area for the emperors of Cyrodiil, and we get to see that the 2 maniacal high elves clash in this crazy area. There is Mannimarco, his ghost blue form. He is quite greedy for the Amulet of Kings, and he is very determined to make us look awful, including to show that Saisahan, he wouldn't let Saisahan out of the Halls of Torment unless he could track our every move. Thus, he uses his projection to lift Saisahan into the air and torment him some more. So we have to get to the vaults that's guarded by a ward of Stendar's mercy. And yes, so the 2 high elves are going to duel it out. I really don't like the fact that my voice was missing the entire time. I don't know what happened to my OBS, but because of that, I have to commentate this again. It also cut out the sound too. The sound and the mic. Yes, so we have to talk to Saisahan. And Mannimarco has been watching our every move. We led him right to the amulet. He is definitely powerful enough to break through Stendarr's ward. There is no question. We have to go to the Sancretor inner chamber and fix it. Transmutation allows you to change the trait on an item. So that's why we had all those transmutation crystals. Yes. So yes, we have to get to that inner sanctum to try to save everything. There's Mannimarco again, another projection of him. He's very annoyed about us trying to get to that inner chamber. Obviously. We are very Mannimarco-like. I try, like, in a number of ways. Not the least of which is we have our regalia. We've got a pretty interesting body type, maybe even Mannimarco-like proportions, potentially. We have vicious ambitions of godhood, very similar to Mannimarco. And we're both supervillains in our lore. And of course, this is Mannimarco talking about how he's going to take Molag Bal and put him into the Amulet of Kings, and use the Amulet of Kings as a soul gem to absorb Molag Bal into the Amulet of Kings and cause massive amounts of destruction by doing so. Yes. Yes. I don't know what happened with that. I really don't know what happened with that. So we're going to be destroying these worm cult necros. My first big concern was the type of food I was wearing and whether it would have enough mana plus stamina to deal with these things. Because I'm always worried whenever I'm in a influential battle what kind of food. It would have been better if I donated the food from my lizard man, but I didn't feel like it was needed. So I'm going to be jabbing and slashing this Risen Dead. The Risen Dead seem vulnerable to that, but the Bone Colossus seems to be more vulnerable to throne shards than jabs. So we're going to get some of this this backlash on this giant, this titan. So yeah, if you're wondering why it's not entirely coordinated, it's because I had to record my voice over it again because something happened to my mic and I can't fix it. And I almost go back to the portal in the harborage like an idiot. Oh, that would have been very embarrassing if I did that. Even more embarrassing than the fact that I have to put my voice over this again because of what happened. Yes. Yes. This is actually very late at night when I was doing this because this is after, like, when I'm voiceovering this, because this was after the the PvP tournament, where I'm fighting my way through Cyrodiil. And Sai-san needs to catch his breath, and because the Mannimarco is breaking him. However, we barely have time for this, so we have to wait and talk to Sai once he recovers, and we really don't have a lot of time once he does that, so he's having a long conversation about it. Okay, there we go. We waited. Unfortunately, that voice, Mannimarco's voice, is trying to break Sai-san. He has endured an unbelievable amount of mental torture from it. This is interesting looking Asian tree in the middle here. And we got to get into the Dragon Guard's tomb as fast as I possibly can, because otherwise we're going to lose our chance to become queen as she is in the lore. Now we have to go in here And we have to fight these Dragon Guard mages. So we're going to get some of these spear shards on them. It is annoying that we have to kill Saisahan's friends who have turned into undead abominations, but we are going to be doing that anyway. Yes, so just like keep in mind, I'm going to try to commentate this as best I can given what happened. All right. Hopefully I can even put some more information in. So this definitely does seem like the place. Breath of Life, which is ironic because you see, although this Kyzarthella is supposed to be a very evil woman, she's also supposed to be a white mage, an evil white mage in the lore. So that's why ultimately we made her a Templar. But that also helps adding to her corrupted nature as the caring for the imps. So yeah, we're gonna be jabbing and blasting these Dragon Guard soldiers to pieces. And we are going to be praying to the Shrine of the Divines to try to get into the Riemann Vault by consecrating the shrine. And she kind of looks weird going up to that shrine. Gonna be honest, yeah, especially with these like black robes with these red designs on them. Cause to be honest with you, both Kyzarthella and Mannimarco are very alike in terms of how evil they are. So we're not far apart in terms of the transition of power. So we're going to be raiding these Dragon Guards and these Dragon Guard fire mages for their loot. There's some exotic plants in here, house plants. I'm pretty sure that in life they use these exotic house plants to great effect. We have to get to the Riemann Vault. I don't know. I think I could have saved a bit of time. Because again, the longer we wait to stop Mannimarco, the more destructive power he does by splitting the rifts of oblivion and everything. But of course, he isn't the ultimate source of it. He just believes he can match the power of Molag Bal. We still have to fight Molag Bal himself later on. So we got to consecrate the shrine in the Riemann vaults. There are some these weird mushrooms. This puzzle is very annoying. So I start with this lever to try to get to the pattern here. And we pull here to try to see. So those two levers went there. So generally we want it so that three of the levers go at the same time. So we pulled that lever. This lever makes 3. So, because we want all 4 to be on the same side. So these two levers were there. And then that lever is it's like back and forth. But if we can get these two levers in the middle, and then if you pull that, see, I'm trying to figure out which lever is going to, oh yeah, we pull it like that, and then that pulls it that way. Because it's like a weird puzzle. You really have to think about which lever goes where. It's very similar to the Master Sword puzzle from Twilight Princess. So yeah, we consecrated the shrines in the Riemann Vault, and we can now go to the Vault Antechamber to save the world. It's not easy because I don't have any guides out or anything. I'm actually trying to figure out that puzzle myself. It's hard to remember. Puzzles are not my strong suit. So now we're going in with our jabs and our spear throws. And we got to go kill this Bone Colossus. I'm going to dual wield in its face. And yeah, we're gonna break this Bone Colossus. And try to deal with these risen skeletons. The spear shards are normally for the risen skeletons, but by killing the Bone Colossus, we can take away all the risen skeletons. And I'm trying to remember exactly how to get out. This was a major time waste. I could have caused a massive amount of damage to the world, although this lady it has a tendency to do that. So we have to kill these wraiths, dual wield in these wraiths' faces, and I also do not look forward to commentating all of my PvP stuff over again, but it is gonna happen. And yeah, we're gonna have to get some beams of light on here and try to bash and slash these wraiths to pieces. In which I was also debating on what food and trying to search the wraiths and getting heavily slowed by these wraiths. We're going to go to the vault antechamber in the inner courtyard. I don't know if this is exactly the best quality commentary, but again, like I said, it did corrupt, so I don't know what happened, but I'm not discarding my recording of this because I can't re-record it. I can't just not save. This is one of those games. I'd have to go all the way back around, raise a champ to 50 again, and then go back and fight. And then I have to make a costume for them again and everything. It would be really much of a pain in the butt. So, we're going to be confronting Mannimarco himself, which is, I was looking forward to it at this point because I want to test what can my character do as a high elf versus another high elf. This is a major rival battle. This rival battle will decide a lot of things, and it is a major turning point for her. Although her real opponent, her best opponent, is going to be Molag Bal himself. Now, Mannimarco tries to show us and intimidate us by showing that all of the leaders are going to be looking up to him, even though he is not, he doesn't know exactly what's going to happen. So yeah, we're going to be defeating the undead, jabbing them, getting some whirlwinds in, some whirlwind slashes, and yeah, we're going to be blowing all these enemies up. They aren't too strong. Mannimarco himself is stronger, but he's kind of like, he's a bit like a world boss, as crazy as it sounds. Like, he's strong, but he's not anywhere near as, like, if he was as strong as he said, I would expected this fight to be like even harder. Like like an Elden Ring final boss. So yeah, we have to get rid of all these skeletal assassins, the more elite undead that Mannimarco has, along with the Bone Colossus. And yeah, to be jabbing and blasting them apart. There was sound to this too, but like I said, the sound, whatever I was going to have for sound, got canceled because of reasons. I don't understand what happened with my OBS. I don't. But this is all I can really do to fix it. Yeah, we're going to be throwing some of these. I'm pulling out of heals. Gotta try to kill this Bone Colossus and dual wield at his face as fast as possible because we got to get to Mannimarco before he causes massive amounts of damage. That would be preferable. Alright, so we had the last shards, defeated the undead. Got to enter the Vault of Kings. And we don't have any of the other foods, so then I realized I'm going to have to do it with lower health and high mana, which I was very nervous about, but I was like, there's nothing for it. I just have to go in and try my best to try to fight this guy on lower health. So now that we're doing that, it's going to be a very tense fight now, because we're kind of going on glass cannon into Mannimarco. So we're going to talk to Saisahan, the door to the Vault of Kings, try to... Signs have been consecrated, stand in there, and open the vault door. We got to use the Ring of Stendarr's Mercy. And we got to confront Mannimarco. And Mannimarco is in this room. Yep, he's right here. We got to slash at him. We're going to go over Whirlwind. I went for a Breath of Life. We're going to go jab. I'm going to go try to get some Spear Shards on him. And we're going to be going ham on him. He's going to be throwing out his blue magic, sorcery. He's going to be running this way. I'm going to get the reflected, the backlash on him. He's going to be summoning a portal. And he is going to make giant circles on the floor, blue circles, and a lot of wraiths. And we're going to be getting him with those blazing shards. We're going to be going with that Breath of Life, trying to stay alive. Going to be chasing him. He's going to be summoning he's going to be pausing a lot to make a portal, which puts him at a huge advantage to get a attack in. I've got to get up. I feel like I'm holding up very well. Trying to get that. Trying to get a Whirlwind. Trying to stay away from him. Got the reflected light on him. Got the jabs. Unfortunately, he's immune, so I'm going to probably have to go. We're going to try to jab him with that. We're getting him low. He's running away. See? See? Our ascendancy is almost assured. Get the shards on him. Slash at him. Try to get him stunned. Get the splashes. And we defeated Mannimarco, taking virtually no damage. Yes. You see this? It's incredible. And then he's like, it's a transition. He's going to come back. He's going to cause massive havoc. He's coming in with his staff, like the prophet. And then he's going to look to the skies, and he's expecting to become a god. And he's going to absorb Molag Bal from the sky. But then the Dark Anchor appears. And then Molag Bal tells him his dire warning, and he gets pulled into the portal, screaming to be told to suffer for all eternity, and using the screams to echo through all of Cold Harbor to warn all those who would think to try to take on Molag Bal's place. And as the blue shining portal pulls into the sky in this, we get the Amulet of Kings, and Kyzarthella becomes queen of her kingdom, of her legion, specific legion of demons, and we get out of there. And we are one step closer, one massive step closer to taking back our soul. The Amulet of Kings is ours, and Mannimarco is defeated, and he will pay dearly for the rest of eternity. One cannot out-scheme the god of schemes without paying a price, and you can't imagine the torment, because now Mannimarco will be because he lost the ability to now we are the supreme high elf, and I did get some champion points. I got 3 ones after this, doing some PvP, which again I have to commentate over again, because I had no idea that my mic had completely, like, my program thought that it was disconnected. But yeah, that is Kyzarthella versus Mannimarco. I will be showing more of that. Like and subscribe. I will hopefully record some other footage where I have live mic in there, because I don't know what happened. I don't. And I will see you all then. Yes.